It is now down to the last speaker for the day, and it is none other than myself. If you are still here from the start all the way until now, definitely there is more than enough content I've already learned and gained from the sharing of these three speakers. But today, if I do not share, then it will not be complete. Why is that so? Maybe I can take some time to explain to you. In fact, this entire leadership training seminar is designed according to what makes a man. Today, you want to excel and be great not only in Reway, but in life as well. We need to know how to become a better leader, a better person. It is true what Menchie said, when you change, the world changes with you. But to understand how to become a better leader, we need to understand how to be a man, how to be human. A human being is made up of 4 different realms, and these 4 different realms are what make up a man. The outermost realm is the physical realm, something you can see and you can touch. Whether you are tall or short, whether you are a man or a woman, whether you are skinny or you are fat, these have to do with your physical realm, which was shared by Rolando. The next inner realm is your mental realm. It has got to do with your thinking, which was shared by Menchie. It is something that cannot be seen or touched. What you are thinking about, whether it is good or bad, I cannot see. There are certain people on the outside, they look very prim and proper, but on the inside, they are not very good-hearted. Is it possible? On the other hand, have you seen some people, they dress like a beggar, but on the inside, they are very compassionate and very kind. Have you seen these kind of people? Let me give you another example. Have you seen some people on the outside, they look like lions, but on the inside, they are like a mouse? Thankfully, in Reway, not only do our leaders look good physically, mentally, they are strong like wildcats and have the spirits of lion inside of them. Alright, the inner next realm is the emotional realm. It has got to do with your feelings. Whether you are happy or sad, angry or disappointed. Are you positive about the future, or do you feel very gloomy about the future? All of this has to do with your emotional realm, which was shared by Rex. And the innermost realm is the spiritual realm. It has to do with what you believe in, whether something is right or is it wrong. Of course, many will associate this with religion, but what I am sharing has nothing to do with religion. What religion you believe in is your own right and your own decision. What I am going to touch on in the spiritual realm is something that has got to do with what is right and what is wrong, what we should do and what we shouldn't do. This has got to do with a person's conscience. There are some people on the outside, they look like a normal human being, yet they can do things to harm their own family members. My question is, do you think this person has a conscience? Not really. There are certain kind of people who resort to outrageous acts to attain monetary benefits, even if it means they must do whatever it takes to get what they want. If that's the case, there won't be many people who will want to have anything to do with us. Let's take, for example, our boss. He is one of the best examples that we can follow. When we look at boss, wherever he travels, wherever he goes, he does not need a big group of bodyguards to watch out for him. He goes everywhere alone, whenever he wants, because he does not do anything unethical and does not need to worry. He can sleep well at night with no needs to worry someone might come up to his house at night and look for him because his conscience is clear. On the contrary, you can see that there are certain kind of people who might need protection or have a lot of bodyguards to follow them around when they travel because they are afraid someone might find trouble with them because they have done things in an unethical manner, always looking over their shoulders every step of the way, even unable to sleep at night. In actual fact, this is exactly why Reway is called Reway. It is to remind us to always do things the right way, to always make the right decisions. Only then we can have a long and smooth journey towards success in Reway. For us to attain long-term success, let me ask you a question. If you plant a mango seed, a durian will grow out. Am I right? If you say yes, means you are not listening intently. If you plant a mango seed, for sure a mango will grow out. A durian tree will never appear if you plant mango seeds. There's a saying that goes like this. You reap what you sow. Good will be rewarded with good and evil with evil. If the reward is not forthcoming, it is because the time has not arrived yet. And when the time arrives, one will get all the recompense he deserves. Remember, if you do good, for sure good will come. If it hasn't come yet, don't worry. Continue to put in effort. Continue to put in hard work. For sure, the time will come and you will eventually reap what you sow. Of course, there are many more factors that contribute to a group's success. And the topic of today's leadership training seminar is to excel. We have already heard the sharing of the 3 speakers before me, sharing their secrets to being able to excel. And for sure, we will have a lot to learn since they are considered to have made it in Riway. But we got to take a closer look. How are they able to grow so exponentially in such a short period of time? Of course, we want to know the secrets behind having the attitude and mindset of success. But I want to take this opportunity to share a few important senses that will be able to cultivate a much better environment and retain more leaders. Why am I talking about retention? Because what Riway is most focused on is retention. From the staffs all the way to the distributors. It's not how good you are at finding people, but rather it is important whether you are able to retain the people you have found. I personally find that extremely important. Imagine being able to find and sponsor 1,000 people, but yet you are unable to retain even a single one. Would that be good? Of course, we want to be able to sponsor people and at the same time be able to retain people. And when I talk about important senses, I'm not talking about the sense of smell, the sense of sight, or the sense of touch. What I'm talking about is something to do with human beings, the psychology of human beings. And this has got to do very closely to this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. One of the most basic needs for a human being is to have air, food, water, warmth, sleep, so on and so forth. This is the first need that each and every human being will have to fulfill before moving on to the next level. If they are not able to fulfill the basic needs, do you think they will worry about security? Of course not. Imagine someone who is unable to even put food on the table. Do you think they will worry about security? That is why we can see there are people who are willing to risk their lives, to work at very high-risk places. They are very dangerous, just to be able to get income to fulfill their most basic needs. Similarly, it has got to do with someone you sponsor who is coming to join Riway. Whether or not this person will stay in Riway, one of the very first things that will be able to make them stay is, are they making money? If they do not have any income, most likely they will go out there and look for something else to make money. In fact, this is one of the reasons why Riway can sustain and grow to what it is today. Boss mentioned before, if the payout of the company is not attractive enough, who will want to stay? So sometimes you will hear some leaders mention the payout of Riway. Some will say 65%, some 70%, some 75%. There will be people who say, this business cannot do. If you are the boss and need to give out 75%, better don't do this business. How can it be true? In Riway, it is that extreme. Don't have to ask me if it is true or not. Just look at the leaders in Riway, whether they believe the payout is 75%. Look at the cars in Riway International. Look at the houses these leaders are staying in. It is more than just explaining to convince you. Maybe you might say only those who are the pioneers are earning the most. Those who come in later have no chance. But if you take a closer look at the leaders in Philippines, the top 10 did not join in Riway 10, 14 years ago. Look at Faith. She has joined Riway not more than 6 years ago. Another example is one of the speakers here today, Rolando. He joined Riway not more than 2 years ago, but today He is one of the top 5 in the Philippines. Which means to say that if today you just came across Riway, your chance to be in their places 2 to 3 years from now is highly possible. So once you can fulfill the most basic of needs, one of the very important senses that I want to share with you is the sense of security. Do you feel secure in this place? Do you feel a sense of security in the company or the group you are in? Do you think Riway will close down in the next 2 to 3 years? If yes, would you feel secure here? Thank goodness, our boss is not even in his 50s yet. He has a long road ahead of him. And the kind of fighting spirit he possesses, the limitation of his vision for Riway is always expanding. This gives each and every leader in Riway to have that confidence and that sense of security to fight in Riway. Am I right? The feeling that we have towards Riway is the sense of security. That is why we feel that it is worth fighting together with. Not only that, if we look at the actions of Riway, does it show any signs of slowing down? No! That is where our sense of security in Riway comes about. Similarly, the people you sponsor, those in your group, will look at you. They will also think, does my leader give me that sense of security? They will look at a leader who have long-term goals and plans, and not one who is in it for the short-term gains. If you are here for the short-term gains, naturally the leaders who follow you will also have the same mindset as you. In time to come, the team will collapse. You would have missed out on this opportunity to long-term success. Alright, the next sense that is equally important is the sense of belonging. Actually, I will consider Riway to be like a family. Since each and every one of us wear the Riway pin, we are all Riway people. And a family can be a person, or a place, or an environment, as long as it gives us that feeling of comfort, where we can seek advice, love, and encouragement from. Let's say if you come across a challenge that leaves you feeling down, you will eventually return home. When you see your family, they tell you it's okay, let's try again, let's fight again. They encourage you and give you another reason to stand up again. Even if you have made money or attained certain success, you will also return home and your family will celebrate with you. Sometimes will even tell you, do not feel comfortable, continue to fight because we can do even better. Now this place called home, or this family that I am talking about, is an environment. An environment that lets one feel safe, lets one feel comfortable be around, and feel like going back to, no matter how easy or difficult the day was. This is something that money can't buy. In fact, you can see some people who have made decent income in some industry and yet don't enjoy themselves there. They don't feel happy in the environment and eventually find someplace else because it doesn't mean that they earn money, they are happy and they will want to stay. A person's need to feel that sense of belonging to a group or environment or some place that they feel they can call home. Let me give you an example. It is just like attending a leaders recognition night. No matter how tough the months before was, each and every time you attend the event, you can feel a huge surge of encouragement and positivity. Just like meeting your family after a tough battle. Or another example will be weekly meetings held, like our leaders meeting or staff meetings. Whenever you go to such events, it is like going home to a family, always there no matter what. Rex did mention earlier, don't let the relationship be built on incentives or money. It will be so shallow, just like a thin piece of paper, easily torn and broken with a single drop of water, unable to withstand even the slightest of challenges. On to the next one, the sense of accomplishment. But not just as simple as achieving a goal. It is what comes with achieving that goal. It could be in the form of recognition or prestige. Upon certain achievement, it is the recognition and respect that most will want when they reach this level. In Riway, we have the Leaders Recognition Night, Team Elite Night, Pegasus Night, Top Leaders Meeting, just to name a few. And it is human nature to feel that need to be appreciated for their efforts. And I am most certain the way Riway value these leaders, the way Riway appreciates these leaders is of the utmost importance. Riway has never allowed the standard to be compromised when it comes to appreciation and recognition of our leaders. It has to always be maintained at the highest standards. And these standards are what Boss has mentioned before. The way leaders in Riway are recognized is exactly how Boss would want to be recognized if he is a distributor. It will be nothing less than how he imagined it to be. And last but not least, it is the sense of belief. This has got to do with what you believe in. And belief is trusting and believing in something that you have yet to see or touch. Something you have not seen before or have not come across personally. But you believe and trust in it 100%. That is faith. Now, if you are able to have that little bit more of faith, as big as a sesame seed, you will find that just that little bit more of faith, you can move mountains. With that little bit more faith, you will find yourself achieving greater heights and greater goals. But a lot of people lack that little belief and faith in themselves. In Riway, we can have the best of everything, the best product, the best plan. But if you lack that little bit of confidence in yourself, it can all amount to nothing. Believe that in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years, you can be who you want to be. You can drive the car you imagine yourself to drive. You can live in the houses bigger than what the leaders are staying in now. It is not asking for 30 years or 50 years of your time. My dear brothers and sisters, it is 3 to 5 years. I'm not standing here merely putting a random number. These 3 leaders accompanying me today through this training seminar, they are where they are in 3 to 5 years. Some even less than that. And this is just to name a few. There are thousands of examples in Riway to prove my point today. Ultimately, if you are able to duplicate and follow what Riway has achieved today and cultivate that in your group, you might just become as big as Riway today. But don't expect it to be a fast and easy journey. Nothing worthwhile is ever attained easily. It takes time. It takes effort, one step at a time, one goal at a time. As long as you are moving in the right direction, forward is forward. And eventually, the success that you will achieve is complete in all different aspects, just like how Riway 6 core values to achieve absolute success in every aspect in life. This training seminar truly has given many of us a deep insight to achieving success. But knowing is not enough. It is acting on it that will bring about the biggest results. At this juncture and at this point in time, the pandemic is slowly turning into what many consider an endemic. But no matter what, life still has to go on. We got to be aware and accept this. It's been almost 2 years of waiting. Now is the best time to act. Now is the best time to restart. Now is the best time to excel. With this, I conclude today's leadership training seminar. A very big thank you to all the speakers today for their arduous preparation and unconditional sharing. And not forgetting, a big thank you for sitting throughout this training seminar and be able to learn so much from today's seminar, just as I have. Ultimately, be able to contribute to greater success to each and every leader in the Riway Philippines. I wish everyone good health and good fortune. Thank you very much.